Matt Morris at leadwithmatt.com. Appreciate you guys tuning in today. We're going to talk about how many leaders typically are going to contribute to 80 to 90% of your income here in beautiful Puerto Rico. Love it here. We typically come at least once a year. Dorado Beach Club. If you haven't been, look it up. Typically rent a house. This year we got a house kind of overlooking the lake, and then beyond the lake is the ocean. Definitely building up things. The economy here in Puerto Rico is pretty bad, but you wouldn't know it by being here in Dorado. Seem to always be building. Things are good here. So as you hop on, let me know where you're tuning in from. If you're watching this live, drop me a live in the comments. If you're watching this on the replay, let me know that in the comments. If you're seeing me for the first time, drop me a 1 in the comments so I can welcome you. And if you happen to share this to give some value to some others, let me know you shared it in the comments so I can give you a shout out. So here's what I've discovered after 24 years having organizations that have grown to over 1 million customers in 40 plus countries around the world. Actually, from my last company, about 180 countries around the world. What I've discovered is that typically, if you look at most leaders, most $1 million earners, they can point to only 2 to 4 people who make up 80 to 90% of their income. Now, I've talked to a ton of different leaders, and this is always the case. There's typically going to be 2, 3, maybe 4 people that contribute to most of your income. In fact, in many cases, it's only 2 or 3. So, question is, how do you find the 2 or 3? And I'll give you the misconception I think that a lot of people have is they're constantly hunting for the 2 to 3. It's like, how do I find the 2 to 3? And here's what I realize is you never freaking know who's going to go out and take action. You never know who the leader is going to be. And so people are always asking me, Matt, do I go wide or do I go deep? Now, if you're new to our profession, going wide is personally enrolling a lot of people. Going deep is digging down. You enroll someone who enrolls someone who enrolls someone who enrolls someone. That's going deep. And what I was taught many years ago, of course, as soon as I started live, there is a tractor that comes by. What I was taught is when you grow an organization that's 10 levels deep through sponsorship, not 10 levels deep in a binary, but you sponsor someone who sponsors someone who sponsors someone, get 10 levels deep through sponsorship, and you've got a leg that will pay you forever, a line of sponsorship that will pay you forever because you built stability in the leg. So there's a balance, there's a balance. Do you go wide and enroll a lot of people? Some people will say that's throwing mud up against a wall and seeing what sticks. So that's one philosophy. The other philosophy is, do you sponsor just a few people and really work and tap root? Tap rooting is working in depth. Leader under a leader, under a leader, under a leader. Now, here's the reality. This is what I've seen. If you want the answer, drum roll. What do you guys think it is? In the comments, is it going wide or is it going deep? What do you think it is in the comments? Let me know. So here's what I've discovered. 24 years, been the top income earner in 3 different companies, had my own network marketing company over the last 24 years. And here, the age-old question. Do you go wide or do you go deep? And let me give you the answer. Both. You got to do both. Rhonda, you got it. You got to do both. See, here's what happens. If you only go wide, if you're throwing mud up against a wall and seeing what sticks, if that's all you do, you enroll someone and you're on to the next one, you're very rarely going to find a powerful leader. You may find someone. I mean, if you do enough of anything, you're going to have some success. And I learned this early in my career. I got really damn good at enrolling. I struggled for years. I couldn't enroll anyone. I was terrible. And I finally got some amazing sales skills. I learned how to close. I learned how to invite. I learned how to go through a presentation. And I was an enrolling machine. I mean, I personally enrolled like 90 people within a few months. I mean, personally enrolled 90 people in a few months. I was a maniac, okay? I'd have days where I'd enroll 2 or 3 people in one day. I was crazy good. The challenge was I was not duplicatable. People couldn't duplicate what I was doing because I was using all kinds of advanced sales tactics, advanced sales strategies. And my philosophy was they're going to either rise up or they're not going to rise up. And so I'm just going to keep moving on to the next one. Here's what happened. After a few months, I had 150 people in my group. I had personally enrolled 90 of them. And I only had 150 people. I taught one other guy my sales strategy, and he went out and he personally enrolled the rest. We had like 3 people outside of me and him in the whole group of 150. Terrible, really bad numbers. I mean, that is a job. That is definitely a job. And so that was only throwing mud up against a wall and seeing what sticks. What was, that was only going wide. You got to do both. Here's what I discovered is you have to go out and do the numbers, but you have to work in depth. So when you enroll someone, you need to pour your energy into them and tap root. And who do you know? Who do you know? Who do you know? Who's the most successful person you know? Who's the most ambitious person you know? And you go in depth, in depth, in depth, in depth. Because in most cases, vast majority, I'd say 80, 90%, the person that you enrolled is not going to be the big leader. That's why if you don't go deep, you never really find the leader, because it's very rare that the person you enrolled ends up being the powerful leader. So that's why you have to do both. If you don't go wide, if you enroll 10 people, 15 people, 20 people, and you just work in depth, what you teach your organization is you only have to enroll 10, 15, 20 people. And everyone's working, everyone's managing their group. If you only go deep, your whole group, listen to me, your whole group goes into management mode and you have no production and it dies off. It dies off either way. That's why you have to go wide and you have to go deep. But Matt, there's only so much time in a day. That is an excuse. I hear it all the time. People call me. It's like, man, my group is using me so much, I can't go personally enroll people. You should be enrolling more. You're out doing meetings. You're out doing calls. Well, invite your own personal prospects to the meeting. Invite your own personal prospects to the call. It is an excuse when you stay in management mode. Listen to me. It is just an excuse. There's no excuse for not going wide and not going deep. You can do both, but it's a mindset. You have to be in abundance, not scarcity. So listen, I hope you guys got some value out of this. If you did, share it, give some love to some others, empower them. Let's share the message and let's build this baby big. Thanks again for tuning in. Go make life an adventure. And if you do want some advanced training on leadership, hop over to leadwithmatt.com. I'll teach you how to become a powerful leader and how to recruit powerful leaders as well. Thanks again. Love you guys. Have a great day.